Hi everyone, I'm KSN Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman, coming to you in a different way here on social media, on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. This is another way for us to communicate with you. This is also going to give you a behind the scenes look at what we may be doing with Lucy, with Jack Maney, and also Ronell throughout the 24 hours across the clock, because we know severe weather never sleeps across the state. We are going to take a look at what we have going on right now when it comes to our weather. So far, the thunderstorms, they've been behaving themselves, but we have had actually a couple of thunderstorms that have been bubbling up in portions of south, central into southeastern Kansas. We had some thunderstorms that were blossoming over toward southern Greenwood County, but now it looks like we have another cell that's beginning to pop up to the east, northeast of Latham, and we have a few other showers that are beginning to go just to the west of El Dorado Lake, and it looks like we also have some other activity beginning to pop up in northeastern Sedgwick County. There has not been any discussion from the Storm Prediction Center about issuing any type of severe thunderstorm watch. I know we've been in contact with the folks at the Wichita National Weather Service office about any warnings that may be coming out, but so far we've had a couple of instances of maybe a little bit of hail that's been falling with some of these storms. I do want to show you not only what's going on with radar, but I also want to take you through what's going to happen over the next several days, because this is the start of what's going to be another active stretch for us. Going back to our radar source here, you can see where we do have thunderstorms that are beginning to pop up along into the east of the turnpike on the right-hand portion of your screen. But I also want to show you what's happening on the left-hand side. This is the updated severe storm outlook for the rest of this evening, and in the deeper shade of green is going to be the marginal risk, and the marginal risk means that we have basically one or two thunderstorms that will be capable of reaching the severe storm threshold for hail and also high winds. Not expecting this to be a big severe weather type of event for tonight, but it's one that may awaken you if one of these thunderstorms does pass on by. Also, as you take a look with what we have going on with our system for tomorrow, this is actually going to be another piece of energy that's going to be coming in, and this other piece of energy is going to have more moisture to work with, more instability. And Wichita, during our noon broadcast today, was updated to an enhanced risk, which includes Wichita, Sedgwick County over towards Sumner County, Kingman County, along with Harper County on the Kansas side over toward the Medicine Lodge area. Ark City is included in this, along with Winfield, and also central and western K County, Oklahoma. This is when we could see all forms of severe weather. Yes, I think we're going to see some showers tomorrow morning that will start in western Kansas, but it's going to be really tomorrow more in the evening and the overnight that we see an increase in even more thunderstorms across parts of the state. Hail and also high winds are going to be higher up. We could have large hail up to the size of ping pong balls. This is for tomorrow. We could also have high winds between 60 to 75 miles per hour. Tornadic threat is not zero, and our flooding threat is expected to go up once these thunderstorms start to move into a line and basically a complex of thunderstorms in eastern Kansas. This is an outline for our tornado risk tomorrow evening and the overnight. We have a 2 to 5%, and a 5% is a respectable number from south central into northeastern Kansas, including the Kansas City metro and also a good portion of Oklahoma. Also the hail and also the wind risk. You're going to see this over toward the enhanced risk. And when we say an enhanced risk, this means that we are going to have several thunderstorms that will become severe. We have that greater wind risk from Wichita to Medicine Lodge and Ark City, down into Oklahoma, and also the hail risk is also elevated for tomorrow in similar areas, again, in the enhanced risk. Then tomorrow, we have our excessive rainfall outlook, basically central eastern Kansas. Once these thunderstorms start to move over toward Topeka and Kansas City, they will be producing even heavier amounts of rainfall. And not to be outdone, we have another chance for severe weather. Thursday, we get a bit of a break, but Friday is going to be the day that once again, areas near and to the east of the turnpike will have to watch out for for more thunderstorms. So tonight we are monitoring the threat for a few thunderstorms along into the east of the turnpike. You can see on one side of your screen that we've had a few thunderstorms that have been firing and not succeeding, dropping a little bit of rainfall. And hey, let's take the rainfall because we could definitely use it. But right now, one of the strongest thunderstorms. It is not severe at this time. It is going to be near Piedmont. I'm going to go ahead and stop this because this is an hour frame here. Piedmont off to the east of Latham. And then we have another budding little thunderstorm, a little baby thunderstorm northwest of El Dorado, and a few more showers south of Sedgwick, and another one that's going to be northeast of Park City. So again, nothing that is currently severe warned, but there is that risk that we will continue to monitor tonight here in the KSN Storm Track 3 Weather Center. Again, I'm KSN Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman. Keep it tuned here. We'll continue to keep you advised this evening into the overnight, and then also with the other severe storm risks that we're expecting for Wednesday and then also on Friday. So keep it here. If you have any questions, post them at the bottom here on Facebook, and we will try to get those answered for you. Mic check, level check, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Mic check, 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 check. Hi everyone, KSN Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman back in the Weather Center, keeping you updated to our marginal risk for severe weather tonight. It's going to be a busy week. We have a chance for severe weather tonight. Not expecting much when it comes to activity, but we have been watching a few thunderstorms develop near into the east of the Turnpike. I've heard from a few viewers on Facebook wondering, okay, where exactly is the Turnpike, because they just moved here to Kansas. And the Turnpike basically starts at the Kansas-Oklahoma state line through Sumner County. And whenever we say along into the east of the Turnpike, we're basically saying from Wichita to Emporia and points to the south-southeast. We've already had some thunderstorms that have been bubbling up in portions of Greenwood and Elk County. And we still have some of these thunderstorms that are still looking pretty healthy and producing quite a bit of lightning in southwestern Greenwood County and northwestern Elk County. And just to the northeast of Howard, we have another cell that's developing. This is going to have some small hail hail in it. You can expect that over toward Piedmont, probably up to the size of peas, nothing that's too big at this time. And then we have a few other spotty showers that have been forming through Butler, Cowley, and northeastern Sumner County, and also into the eastern portions of Sedgwick County. Even have a few showers in eastern Harvey County. We had a cold front that moved through earlier today, and this cold front basically has separated us. If you're more on the northern side of the boundary, you're going to be drier, you're going to be cooler. But if you're close to that boundary to the south of it, you're dealing with more instability. You're also dealing with a little bit more moisture. And if you look over on the far left-hand portion of your screen, if you are catching us on Facebook, if you are catching us on YouTube or X, or our CTV channel, our KSN Plus, you're going to see our updated severe storm outlook for tonight, and this is going to be for southeastern Kansas and for areas near into the east of the Turnpike. So things are going to change a little bit over the next 24 hours. We're going to have a higher chance of severe weather. Many more people are going to be included in the mix for Wednesday, late afternoon, and especially through the evening and the early overnight. Earlier today, during the lunch hour, my colleague meteorologist Lucy Dahl was on, and the Storm Prediction Center put Wichita, Medicine Lodge, and also over toward Ark City, including Sumner County, in an enhanced risk. And an enhanced risk will stand for several severe thunderstorms. Also in the yellow shaded area, we're also going to have the possibility of several severe thunderstorms. And what's it going to break down? Well, I definitely see high winds and large hail being the higher threats for tomorrow. Damaging winds above 60 miles per hour to about 75 miles per hour. We could also have some large hail to ping pong ball size hail. Could even have hailstones up to about 2 inches in diameter. The tornado threat is not zero. It is relatively low, but we're listing that as medium, and also our flooding is medium because as the night progresses, as these thunderstorms push into eastern Kansas, the chances of that are expected to go up. This is our tornado risk from the Storm Prediction Center tomorrow evening into the overnight. A 2 to 5% probability if you were to pick any point in the location, whether it's near Hutchinson or Wichita, you have about a 5% chance of a tornado occurring in that area. Medicine Lodge over toward Ark City. Those of you that have our free KSN Storm Track 3 weather app, maybe you're getting an alert. I just received an alert saying that lightning has been detected within 15 miles of Wichita, Kansas. That's going to be for some of the cells going up in eastern Sedgwick County that are now starting to produce a little bit of lightning. So things are starting to look a little bit more active as we go into tonight when it comes to our chances for severe weather. We have another round of severe weather tomorrow that includes all forms of severe weather, tornadoes, large hail, and also damaging winds. But tonight there will be a few hailstones and some of the stronger storms and maybe even some brief gusty winds that may make it up to 60 miles per hour. The wind threat will be higher tomorrow. Wichita, Ark City, over toward Medicine Lodge into parts of Oklahoma. In the red shaded area could have the winds between 60 to 75 miles per hour, and also similar areas could be impacted by the largest of the hail, but any place that's also in yellow could also see some of the larger hailstones. Excessive rainfall, well, we need the rainfall in Kansas. Those of you in southwest Kansas, I am sorry because it does not look like you guys are going to see much moisture at all. It is basically going to be in the Flint Hills and places to the east. Topeka, Kansas City Metro, up toward Des Moines, they're going to see the lion's share of some of the heaviest rainfall accumulations. And then we have another chance for severe weather that is expected on Friday. Many of you have been commenting on our Facebook page and asking us, okay, so what's the timeline for tomorrow? On the right-hand side of your screen, you see our current Doppler radar imagery that's coming in from Wichita National Weather Service. I'm still monitoring a couple of storms, southern Greenwood County and northern Elk County, and it looks like we have another cell that's starting to perk up a little bit more northeast of El Dorado Lake, another one that's on top of Augusta, and then a few other showers through Cowley, northeastern Sedgwick County, and also eastern Harvey County. I'm going to switch away from our radar source, and I'm going to go over toward our stormcast, and I'm going to show you guys hour by hour how I'm expecting things to work out. So this is about 11:30ish tonight, and what's happening now is going to cluster together into this loose line. it's going to be some moderate to heavy rains, quite a bit of lightning. You may get some small hail at this time and maybe some brief gusty winds. Now, I think there's going to be another bout of thunderstorms tonight into tomorrow morning from north central into northeastern Kansas. By 8 a.m. on Wednesday, it's going to impact Topeka and the Kansas City metro. Watch what happens here to the west. So as we go through tomorrow, we're going to have the boundary lift back to the north. That's going to provide us with some pretty stiff winds coming in from the south. Temperatures are going to go up. We're going to have more humidity that's going to be arriving, and we're also going to have basically maybe a little bit of sunshine that's going to be breaking through, and any more sunshine that we see is going to help to fuel the atmosphere to become a little bit more unstable. But in western Kansas at 1:30 Wednesday afternoon, these are just going to be some scattered showers from west central into western Kansas and the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. At this time, I am not expecting this to be severe. Watch what happens when we get to about 6 p.m. Yeah, we have clusters of thunderstorms. One in northeast Kansas, another one to the west of the Wichita area, another one in southwest Kansas. Southwest Kansas, this might be your heaviest chance for rainfall for the rest of this week. But any of these thunderstorms, aided by that southerly flow, these could be severe. This is all going to form into one line. We could have a secondary line that could be going through after this over toward Wichita, Salina to Manhattan and Emporia. And like I said, tomorrow, all forms of severe weather are a possibility. There's the threat of tornadoes that cannot be taken off the table tomorrow. We have damaging winds. We could also have hail. You have a higher chance of the tornadic and also large hail threat earlier on if these storms can stay discrete enough, meaning that they're isolated. They're by themselves, but once they form into a line, you're going to have more of a damaging wind threat. But if you get enough spin on the leading edge of some of these lines, you could also get a tornado that may also start to pop up. Once we get to about midnight, 2 a.m., you have one wave of rainfall that's just off to the east of us. That's the severe stuff moving over toward the Missouri state line. Backside may try to keep a few showers in play near and north of the Kansas-Nebraska state line. Thursday looks like it's going to be just a great day for us. We'll have winds starting to return from the south. That's going to allow more moisture to move in. And when that moisture moves in, you get this other stronger front that's going to be arriving, and it's going to spark more thunderstorms toward the evening. That's why we have the other severe storm risk for Friday, which includes Wichita toward Hutchinson, Winfield, back toward Barber County and Medicine Lodge, Blackwell, Oklahoma, Winfield to Emporia, Kansas City Metro, those of you that are traveling, Kansas City, Topeka, over toward Manhattan, all in the mix, Maryville, Missouri, St. Joseph, Missouri, along with Kirksville up toward the Des Moines area. Stormcast this many days out, of course, things are going to change as we get a little bit closer, but just to give you guys a little bit of an idea how things will be shaping up toward the late afternoon and into the early evening. And thunderstorms seem to be favoring areas that are going to be pretty close to and to the east of the turnpike. So those of you that have been asking in a lot of our comments, that is going to be our basically the timeline for all of these thunderstorms from tonight into tomorrow and then also into Friday. So everybody, please make sure that you are being weather aware. Make sure that you're paying close attention to what the weather is doing. And this is a great way for us to communicate with you behind the scenes here. This is our weather center. A lot of times we'll have quite a few people that will be back here getting information from the National Weather Service, looking at new data, and then of course being on air to report this information to you. So we're coming to you live. Not only will we be able to do that on your TV over the air with your antenna, but we'll also be able to do this now with Facebook, our CTV channel, and we're also live on YouTube and also over toward X. So all of our social media channels are covered in this. So everybody, we'll continue to monitor the situation for you tonight. That's the latest from the Storm Track 3 Weather Center. I'm KSN Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman.